Joining us now, Florida Senator and the man in charge of making sure Republicans can take back the majority next year, Senator Rick Scott. Senator, is this about the right to vote, or is this law they won't pass really about just making sure Democrats win elections?
It's just about Democrats winning elections. If you look at the Democrat Party now, they're the ones that are anti-democracy. I mean, they're talking about packing the Supreme Court. They don't want you, no, gosh, you don't have to show your ID to vote. I got on a flight this morning, and I had to show my ID to get on that plane. That's okay. But if for the sacred right to vote, we don't have that. And by the way, we don't need your signatures have to match if you use mail-in. And, oh, gosh, we want to use that ballot harvesting so we can pick and choose what ballots get in. And unmonitored, those boxes unmonitored, that's be good. Ballot boxes unmonitored, that'd be good because that'll help us cheat. So what the Democrat Party is, they're the anti-democracy party. That's exactly what they've become.
You know, Senator, voting rights are important, but there are lots of important issues. And over the course of time, Senator Biden and Senator Obama and Senator Harris and Senator Reid, God rest his soul, and Senator Durbin, they all opposed changing the filibuster rule, didn't they? I mean, they all said it was a terrible idea, but now they've changed their mind.
It's so bad. Oh, it's going to be, when they said that we were, they thought maybe Republicans would do it. Oh, it's going to kill democracy. It's going to, it won't be the same country again. Until now. So, I mean, think about it. They've all said we have to keep it because it's the way we make sure minorities have power, have the participation, and it makes it bipartisan, except when they want to do these things by themselves. They're frustrated because they can't do all these things by themselves. Thank God there's some people, I think they're going to show up and say, you know what, we believe in minority rights. We believe in bipartisanship. And they're going to make sure that Chuck Schumer doesn't get his way and Joe Biden don't get their way right now.
You know, Senator, that's a reference, I think, to Joe Manchin and Kyrsten Sinema. I remember, this is how old I am, Senator. I remember when the media used to love mavericks on the Republican side. They loved Republican senators that they thought were mavericks and kind of bucked the party, but they don't have the same reaction to Kyrsten Sinema and Joe Manchin, it doesn't seem.
John McCain was their hero, right? Because he would buck the party sometimes. But if you're Kyrsten Sinema or if you're Joe Manchin, I mean they're so mean to them because they're not allowing them to have their radical agenda done right now. Now think about it. We have a 50-50 Senate. Only the vote that breaks it is the tiebreaker vote of the vice president. If we had a Republican vice president, then Republicans would be in charge. We wouldn't be doing this. Oh, by the way, Republicans could have done this, and we didn't do it. Back when Trump got elected, we controlled the House and the Senate, and the Democrats signed 32 of my things signed a letter saying, you can't get rid of it, it'd be the end of democracy. And every one of them, I think maybe but one, has said, no, now it's the end of democracy if we don't get rid of the filibuster. I mean, these guys are such hypocrites. I've been up in the Senate 3 years. First 2 years I served, I had to preside over the Senate 4 or 5 hours a week. I couldn't believe what hypocrites these Democrats were. If it was, they'd say one thing one day and the opposite the next. Whatever would fit, their narrative of what they wanted to get done, that's what they would say.
Senator, you are in charge, I think, of making sure that it's not a 50-50 tie come November.
It's not going to be a 50-50 tie.
Are you optimistic that the Republicans are not going to kill one another in the primary process and there will actually be people capable of running and winning in the general elections? Are you optimistic about that?
Oh, very much. First off, I think we're going to take the House and we're going to take the Senate. In the Senate, let me tell you, we've got great candidates running. We're raising money. Joe Biden is cratering. I mean, if you look at all the things you listed, border, killing the Keystone Pipeline, inflation, the withdrawal of Afghanistan, the debacle, defunding the police, not letting parents involved in the schools. Those things are not popular. So we're going to have an unbelievable 22. Anybody wants to help us, you can go text WIN at 55404. We raised almost $105 million, way more than the Democrats last year, and we're going to have a great 22 and make sure we stop this crazy stuff. We're going to win in 22, and then we're going to win in 24 and change the direction of this country for the better.
Senator Rick Scott from the great state of Florida, thank you for joining us on a Sunday night. Hope you have a great rest of your weekend.